Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Home Built Workshop. This is episode number 35. Well, I hope you guys are doing good. I haven't talked to you in a little bit, but it's time to get caught up on what's going on. So you probably already noticed right away, there's a little bit different scenery here in the shop. I just finished up making this work tabletop that I do a lot of my work on. It just sits on top of my table saw. Before it was just a crusty piece of MDF, and now I got kind of a decent little workstation, work table. Got some T-track on one side and the other side is just solid plywood. I'm working on editing the video for that right now, so you'll be seeing this a lot more. The video for this tabletop should be coming out probably next weekend. That's what I'm shooting for, and you'll kind of see what went into this. Really kind of a simple project. There's not a whole lot that went into it, but I did have a little error when I put this together that you will have to wait till the video comes out to see. So maybe you'll guess it. So when you see the video, see if you can figure it out before the very end. So the biggest reason that it's been a little bit of time since the last updates, and I've actually been kind of short on video content lately, is really because of the last project, that bench build. If you haven't seen that, link down below, card, up, like right there. That thing took me forever to get done. I originally started the project because I thought it was going to be a nice quick project, and I was trying to clear some room in the shop, and I've had those boards sitting around, so in order to clear up that space, I decided to go ahead and do this project, but it took forever. Man! The big thing with that is the epoxy. I used a lot of epoxy on that project, and just waiting for it to dry, it took up the whole day. Did I mention this in the last video already? I didn't, did I? I don't think so. I think I mentioned it in the actual build video. Anyway, when I poured that epoxy, I didn't anticipate the 8-hour drying time. You could kind of touch it after about 6 hours. There's no way you could sand or anything like that until at least 8 or more hours. So even on the days when I got started early on the project, early in the day, I wasn't able to do anything else for the whole entire rest of the day because that epoxy was drying. And that was a miscalculation on my part. I didn't look into it far enough to see how long it's actually going to take. I've never worked with a project like that used that much epoxy, so I really didn't know what I was getting into. I guess I kind of had the 5-minute epoxy thing in mind and thought it was going to dry a lot quicker. I don't know, it didn't. So every time I poured some epoxy, which was several, like maybe 4-5 times to fill in holes and for different things, I was done for that day. So it took at least a week just for that portion to get the epoxy done. So that's why I was kind of behind on things, but now that project's out of the way and you can check out the video. And this tabletop here was also another project where I was trying to clean up some material that I've had on hand for just this build. It's what I've been holding on to it for, but I'm trying to clear some space to make room for some new stuff. And the new stuff I'm talking about, I will show you hopefully in the next episode. I have it, and I'm still getting everything set up and calibrated. I've used it a couple of times. Don't worry. Somebody commented on CNC that they didn't want to see. It's not a CNC. It's not. But it's cool, and you're going to like it. And actually, if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, actually, you will already know what this new tool is because I've posted a couple pictures about it. So if you want to get another inside scoop, hit me up on Instagram or on my Facebook page, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's cool, and it is going to make certain projects a lot easier. I'm not giving it away yet, but it's really neat. I'm super excited. See, I'm sporting my MWA Woodworks shirt today. If you don't follow MWA Woodworks on Instagram, holy cow, he makes some awesome cutting boards. Pretty much everything, but the cutting board pictures and everything, wow. You got to go check them out on Instagram. I was just going through some YouTube comments to see if there's any questions that I could answer on the video, and one of them, I don't know how this relates, but he says, "Hello, good video. Subscribe to the channel. If you like animal attacks, check out my channel, blah, blah, blah." How do you get animal attacks out of my channel? I don't know. It cracks me up. I'm not putting names out there, but it was just funny. So, I don't know. Anyway, so now that I've got a couple of these projects wrapped up, some space cleaned out in the shop, which is what I was trying to accomplish, it's time to get back to the fretless bass guitar neck. I've had the neck blank sitting around for a while, and it's gotten kind of dusty while I was working on other stuff, but now I can get back to that guy and get that thing wrapped up. Hopefully that turns out pretty good. I'm kind of excited. I've got to work with a friend of mine that I'm doing this for on some hardware and get some of that stuff ordered. Originally I was only doing the neck, making the new neck for it, but it sounds kind of like he might want me to get the hardware too. I'm not sure, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I got one more guitar project I got to get finished up. What was that? What, a bee? Man, I don't like bees. What is that thing? I don't think it was a bee. I think it was just a big fly. Yeah, it's a fly. We're good. Another thing I got to do some work on is some sharpening. I might have to build a sharpening station or something. I recently picked up one of these honing guides for planes and chisels, and haven't used it yet. Haven't even taken it out of the package, but I was at Rockler in Denver the end of last week, and to pick up a couple things in particular, and that was one of the things that I grabbed while I was there. Really inexpensive, and I've seen a lot of people using them, so they seem like they work okay, but I don't know. I gotta try it out. I know my planes need some sharpening as well as my chisels, so I gotta learn all about this. I've not ever used one. So if you guys got any good tips for using these little honing guides, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Also, let me know too, do you use stones, sharpening stones? Like the diamond stones, or the, what are they, the Arkansas water stone? Is that it? Water stone? Arkansas stone, something like that. Let me know what you use, what you like. I know a lot of people just use wet dry paper, and I've used that myself in the past, just by hand, and it works pretty well, but I'm kind of excited to be able to use this guide, this gauge honing guide, just to be able to hold things at a good angle. That's always the hardest part for me, is when you're trying to do it by hand, to keep your angle consistent when you're sharpening it. So if you got any tips, tricks, recommendations, let me know, because I don't know it all on sharpening by any means. So definitely gotta learn that. I was using my hand plane the other day, and it really kind of, it's not cutting very well, and I honed the edge, and it didn't really work too well. So it needs a good re-grind and all that. I ought to make an attachment for the belt grinder. Something that holds the blade. Huh. Thanks for that idea. I'll see what I can come up with for that. That might be cool. A little attachment that sits on there, hooks on there somehow, and you can sharpen chisels and plane blades and all that. Yeah. So I think that about wraps up this episode. I can't really think of anything else at the moment. Be on the lookout for the video for this work tabletop. It will be coming out here shortly, and you'll also be seeing it probably in every video from here till who knows when. At least till I get a bigger place to work out of and this becomes an outfeed table or something like that. Who knows? Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.